Fans, you are welcome. Well, let's talk about it. Let's come on, guys. I know this is not a regular Charlotte Hornet stream, live stream, but I gotta talk about this game and how it relates to the Charlotte Hornets. But I need some of you guys to come in. I'm talking about Detroit. I was rooting for you guys to win to play New York, and then you let Cleveland do that to y'all. You let Cleveland come in and bully y'all like that in your home. I mean, you let the Magic took you guys to Game 7. And then you let Cleveland took you to Game 7 and beat y'all. You were the number one seed. Top 10 defense. Probably top 5. I wasn't paying attention too much until the beef got a little more intense with us. But I didn't know what's up. Like, Detroit, are you a fraud team? Is it just something missing? Like, you guys need to be battle tested to show you guys you wasn't who you was? That was just the regular season. Like, it was nice. You guys made some comebacks, in the playoff, against Orlando. You overcame that. Wish you guys should have been one of that. That should have been more of a sweep than 7 games. Almost lost, to be honest. If it was for Cunningham and some of his performance. But this is terrible. This wasn't a good game for Detroit at all. At all. It was not even close to a good game. It's terrible. I didn't understand how Detroit played so aggressive, but yet missing shots, missing free throws. Both teams missing free throws, but y'all was missing free throws. Really? Everybody at least missed like 3 free throws apiece. Everybody was on the line. Cunningham couldn't make a shot. He was 0 for 7 for 3. I think he was 5 for 16. Like, come on, games like that, when it was a closeout game, you had to step up. Duran was go again. Then we threw him on 3 for 7. I think he had 7 points, 9 rebounds. Like, that's not gonna cut it. To get to the conference final, to even the finals, that's not gonna cut it. And never gonna cut it. I think what I'm trying to say, what Charlotte should have learned for the first time they faced Detroit before that little brawl happened, before they got physical, is playing physical. It's playing within yourself and knowing who you guys are. Detroit tried to play Cleveland game, the up and down fast pace, and they got burned out. They got burned out bad, very, very bad. And what I want people, Charlotte fans, to understand that we had to build our identity from the ground up. We gotta know who we are. We can't play no other team game. Detroit did that with Cleveland, and Cleveland gave it to them. The matchup nightmare, when you had Mobley going against Duran, they had to took Duran out the game and put Paul Reed for almost a whole quarter in overtime. You get what I'm saying? And I need to put something out there. Duran, I like him. I think he's a great player. But what makes him any different from Moussa Diabate besides a 2-inch height and he's slightly stronger? What's the difference between Duran and Moussa Diabate? Moussa is just, his frame is not bigger than Duran, and he's a little shorter than Duran. But he does everything Duran could do. And that's why Duran got exposed in the series. And almost in the last series too. Because he didn't do nothing significant. He didn't have a monster double-double game. He didn't do anything to say he was an all-star this year or why he was an all-star. He ain't show none of that. So if Moussa was in the playoff in that same predicament with Detroit, he would have had monster rebound games. He would have been more effective, and he would have more energy to guard multiple positions from Jarrett and Mobley. So I want to know, what is Duran different than Moussa besides of height and size? Are they really 2 different players? Or just one is more comfortable in their craft and the other one is getting to know his craft? You know what I'm saying? But never mind that. That's going to be another day. I'll talk about that. But Cade Cunningham flopped today. And I was shocked. I thought he was going to step up and basically almost average a triple-double in this game. To be honest, I thought he was going to be everywhere. I thought he was going to be the rebound. I thought he was going to set the tone, set the tempo, but he was just missing too many shots in the beginning. He was getting in foul trouble, so I guess they had to figure him out if they want to play him. He wasn't himself. Once those fouls came in and once he wasn't making those shots the way it was supposed to be, it was throwing him off. And once he was off, everybody else would just like fall in line, basically fall in line. If you guys in here, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think. Put your input. If you're a Detroit fan, let me know you guys are a Detroit fan. Let me know. I just think this game could have been much competitive, but it was done in the third quarter. Cleveland just came out strong, being very aggressive to the paint, making the precise shots. The threes was accurate. I mean, key players that wasn't supposed to score. So it's like they came to play. They was willing to lose. I'll tell you that they was willing to lose. No, not willing to lose. They was willing to go out there with a fight. Apologize for that. They was willing to go out there and fight. And people don't pay attention to that too much about team chemistry and how teams play their style game. And Cleveland came out and played. Donovan Mitchell stepped up. Jabber stepped up with the free throws and his inside game. Mobley did everything. He passed in, rebounding, setting screen. He did everything in this game, and he needed to be very much recognized because his matchup against Duran was so perfect to the point that they had to bench Duran and put Paul Reed on him. So Duran did thing. James Harden disappeared once again. Didn't know who he was. I mean, yeah, he passed, did his rebounding, but he didn't do nothing scoring-wise. Shooting too many threes and just being quiet. He's lucky he got bailed out by Donovan Mitchell, who really wanted more. If Donovan Mitchell would have had a bad game, Detroit would have won. That's plain and simple. James Harden is terrible at Game 7, and he's still bringing that from the west to the east, to the east to the west. So that's him. I didn't expect nothing much him. I thought he could at least get 18. They had 9 points. Bro, you're not that man no more. You was never that man at Game 7. Every time a Game 7 comes, it's like the lucky number 13 for you, and the lucky number 7 is bad luck. Like, I don't understand why you cannot score or do anything else when it comes to that last game. You can't deal with pressure. You go to that championship game, you're going to do the same shit again. Donovan Mitchell's going to have to carry you. Mobley had to carry you. You say you want this big contract out. Listen, man, if Cleveland re-sign him again, it's going to be just for marketing and selling tickets. How's everybody doing? Overseas, how you doing? War E, how you doing? How's everybody doing? I wouldn't even sign James Harden again. I wouldn't. But my Charlotte fans, my brethren, the Beehive, we gotta focus on us. We gotta focus on who we are and everything like that. We can't have these mental breakdowns and then we gonna be a first time playoff team in a long time. So we have to learn this on the fly, I'm assuming. But we got to know who we are. I think this season we built the identity, and now we got to build it and put the right pieces around it. Draft some good players, get 1 or 2 free agents, and let's build. We got Charles Lee for the near future, so they already trust the coach. Everybody's buying into what he's talking about. So now we got to do the same thing with the players. And let's get in and do what we have to do. But Detroit, I had to come in and rub it in. I had to. What? You guys talk about like you would have beat it. I think we would have made an upset against you guys. I think it would have been an upset. We would have probably took the Game 7. You probably would have won because of experience, but I think we would have did the same thing Orlando would have did. I think we would have won, to be honest, if you had the same situation Orlando did. I think we would have really won. But I ain't going to say too much. I'm not a Detroit fan. I respect players on the team, so I want to make this a quick, short live stream. Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing, Jackie? How's everything? I ain't going to try to stay too long because, like I said, Detroit, they were the number 1 seed and things like that. Oh, no. I don't really do too much live stream. I usually do like a lot of short videos and videos for the most part. So, but Detroit, you guys could have had a better playoff. You guys could have had a better playoff than this. This wasn't your best playoff in a long time. I think I could be wrong. Regular season, playoff is a whole nother breed, and I think some of you guys are still not ready. Like, I guess you build up, out the first round. That was nice. That was cute. But I don't think you guys are fully ready to get to the next level. I think you guys are another piece. I think you need another interior. I think Duran Spearman's is soon to be over because he's very, very much unreliable in certain situations. He cannot score outside 15 feet. He ain't learned the mid-range. His post moves is par. I don't know, man. I couldn't even tell you that I'm a little disappointed because I really like his game. I really did because we drafted him and then traded for Mark Williams, and you see what Mark at. So I'm trying to really see what they gonna do with him in the next couple of seasons. Cause I can see him getting traded. You know, if Detroit's smart, I can see him getting traded because he need to do something outside of the paint. He gotta shoot a mid range. He gotta, you know, create more offense than just playing around the rim and putting putback. Cause he's not even averaging double. You get what I'm saying? He has that ability. He has that strength. He has that endurance to do that. But I just don't understand why he don't play that game. I think the playoff he's still a little fragile for the most part. Or certain teams know how to play against him. And like I said, if we get a stretch big as the 4 or even the 5, a lot of teams not gonna beat us. I'm telling you that right now. If we get a stretch 5 as a center or as a 4, a lot of teams not beating us because we're gonna run and gun, and we can stretch, and we can play from 1 to 5. I mean, we wouldn't have no problem if we had a certain player against these styles of teams. But hopefully the draft is good. Hopefully free agent is even better. But like I said, it was a short live stream. Detroit, I don't know what you guys did, but I'm gonna drop another one tomorrow and get more details of what the Hornets should do this offseason, who they should pick, and things like that. So just stay tuned. I'll probably be back in like the afternoon or something. So I'm out, guys. Do what you gotta do.